पर के टूटा बोरिया जिसका बिछौना था, दरूद उन पर सलाम उन पर यही कहना खुदा का है। खुदा के बाद जो है मर्तबा सल्ले अला का है। वही सरदार आलम है, वही गमख्वार उम्मत है, वही तो हश्र के मैदान में सबकी शिफात है। शिफात के लिए सबकी नजर उन पर लगी होगी। मौलाया सल्ली व सल्लिम दाइमन आबादन अला हबीबिका खैरिल खल्क़ि कुल्लिहिम। मौलाया सल्ली व सल्लिम दाइमन आबादन अला हबीबिका खैरिल खल्क़ि कुल्लिहिम।
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Yes, we're tuned into Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM with yours truly, Imam Safar Asghani. And as always, I must say it's indeed an absolute honor and of course a personal pleasure to be in your company once again for around about the next hour or so. Thank you so much for the pleasure of your company. And of course, I'm very, very humbled by all of the messages I have received thus far. Thank you so much for your beautiful messages. Just as a reminder, you can, of course, tune into the program live on air, of course, on the internet, and of course, across our social feeds as well. You can go to WhatsApp, you can go to YouTube, type in Imam Safar Asghani, or you can go to Facebook and type in Safar Asghani, my personal YouTube, Facebook account, and you can view a live stream of this morning's program. On the program this morning, of course, we've got a very, very intriguing segment lined up for you. Of course, we start off with our inspirational segment, followed by the early morning call to prayer. We've got a few Islamic selections coming up as well. Later on in the program, as we get into our lecture segment, we'll be talking about the concept of inner peace being your greatest accomplishment. And as you go through the course of your life, you'll be faced with many, many turbulent scenarios, many turbulent situations. How do you maintain your inner peace? And if you can, I can definitely tell you that is indeed your greatest accomplishment. So that and more is coming up on the program. Do stick around. You are tuned into Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM.
अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो। जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो। अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो। जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो। अल्लाह ही अल्लाह। Allah, Allah. You are the one who we turn to. You are the one who we call to. Allah, you are the one who helps us through. When life's hard, we depend on you. We depend on you. You're the one who answers sad ones. You're the only one who heals broken hearts. So keep us on Sirat al-Mustaqim. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो. जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो. जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह. You are the one who cares for us. Our love for you shines brighter than the stars. You are the one who's always there for us. When we walk to you, you come running to us. You're the one who answers sad ones. You're the only one who heals broken hearts. So keep us on Sirat al-Mustaqim. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो. जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो. जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो. दुख न किसी को दिया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो. दुख न किसी को दिया करो. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो. जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो. नाम उसी का लिया करो. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो. जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो. जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो. जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो. नाम उसी का लिया करो. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो. जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो. जो दुनिया का मालिक है, नाम उसी का लिया करो. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह.
Yes, indeed. Allah hi Allah kiya karo, naam usi ka liya karo. Of course, definitely is a beautiful concept. Always, always take the name of Allah in your life. Always reach out to the Almighty in whatever scenario, in whatever situation you might find yourself in, whether positive or negative. Get yourself in the habit of reaching out to the Almighty. Allah hi Allah kiya karo. Continue to reach out and call out to the Almighty, and I can definitely tell you He will deliver you. And that is a very important aspect, a very important concept as we welcome the gift of a brand new day. Because sometimes life will test you. Sometimes life will push you around and toss you around from one point to the next. But try your very best to connect with the Almighty. Don't allow the circumstances and the situations to defeat you. Whenever you are pushed around by life, you've got choices. You can either crumble and fall, or you can allow it to bring you to a point of finding your strength and to finding the lessons learned out of every situation. Always rise. Always get yourself in the habit of rising. And if I can tell you anything to save you time this morning, I would most definitely tell you that whenever something happens to you, don't allow that to turn you bitter. Don't allow the pain of something that was not in your control to turn you cold from within. I know that there's a lot of things that may hurt from time to time, a lot of things that may knock you right down to your knees and threaten your heart. But sometimes it is good to connect with the Almighty. Know that you can't change certain things that may have happened in your life. Simply don't let the pain define you. You are bigger than that. So I say to you this morning, may Allah bless you this day. May He continue to shower you with His mercies and His blessings. And may He open the doors of mercy upon you and yours. May He continue to bless you with happiness and prosperity and all of the good things of this life, as well as of the life of the hereafter. And may He grant you the courage to face the challenges that will come your way this day, this week, this month, this year. And may you be granted that inner strength to continue to move on. Well, we've got our inspirational segment literally just around the corner. Do stick around. You are listening to Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM.
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Yes, ma'am.
There's just something about us human beings, isn't there? I mean, sometimes in life, we have to try things for ourselves, and we have to learn our lessons the hard way. Like they say, sometimes we have to feel to learn, unfortunately. And if you reflect back to when we were young, and when someone said, whatever you do, don't touch that hot stove because it will burn you. What did we do? 9 times out of 10, curiosity would get the better of us. And we just had to touch it. And when we did, of course, we found out that they were right. We found out it was hot and it did burn us. We simply had to find out the hard way. And just recently, I was reading an article that highlighted the exact same point. So the author wrote that I remembered one time when I was a little boy, maybe 5 or 6 years old, I learned a lesson the hard way. He said my dad owned a hardware store and he used to keep razor blades in his desk drawer. One day while I was fooling around in his desk drawer, I picked up the box of razor blades and I carefully looked them over. They were individually wrapped in cardboard sleeves. I guess for some reason that made them seem so interesting to me, as it was the first time that I was seeing razor blades. Of course, I was intrigued by them. My dad saw me looking at them and said, don't ever take those out of the cardboard sleeves, whatever you do. And whatever you do, make sure you don't ever touch one, okay? They are really sharp and you will get cuts. So of course I answered, okay, but from that moment on, they fascinated me. I walked away from the desk but they just kept playing on my mind. I couldn't stop thinking about those razor blades. I'd never seen razor blades in a cardboard sleeve before, and I really, really wanted to unwrap one. I just had to know how sharp they really were. So, of course, as you can guess, when no one was looking, I went back to my dad's desk. I slowly opened the drawer and I gingerly took out one of the cardboard sleeves. With my heart racing, I turned it over in my hands. And then I carefully took the blade out of the sleeve. And yep, of course, you guessed it. I ran it right across my finger to see what will happen. Of course, to my horror, the skin split wide open and blood started pouring out, and it hurt like hell. Of course, my dad picked the exact moment to come back into the office. He saw what had happened and he grabbed my finger to make it stop bleeding. Thankfully, of course, I didn't need stitches. But as he was painfully and patiently washing and bandaging the cut, he asked me in disbelief, "Why did you do exactly what I told you not to do?" Why indeed? What is it about us human beings that we don't take good advice sometimes? Especially that advice that will prevent us from doing stupid things. I urge you this morning, don't be like the author above. Now, I'm not saying that you should take advice from everyone, but if you have asked advice from a person who has good experience in life and has proven that they love and care about you and they most definitely know more than you, and most definitely I suggest that you take that advice. Taking good advice is a very, very important perspective. By embracing the wisdom and guidance of others, you open yourself up to new perspectives. You open yourself up to new opportunities for growth. Remember, seeking and accepting good advice is a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness, and it is a powerful tool for personal and professional success. The other point I want to share with you this morning is always take good advice regardless of who is giving it. When considering advice, it is value. When considering advice, it is a good trait to weigh up the advice independently of who is offering it. Wisdom can manifest in unexpected places, and overlooking advice based on its source alone can limit your personal growth and development. So why is it crucial to remain open-minded and receptive to wisdom regardless of who imparts it? First of all, wisdom knows no boundaries. Wisdom transcends social status, age, or even background. Valuable insights can come from anyone, irrespective of their position or their experience. And by being open to advice from all quarters, you enrich your understanding and you broaden your perspectives. It will, of course, help you to embrace diversity of thought. Every individual brings a unique set of experiences, a unique set of insights to the table, and by embracing advice from a diverse range of sources, you expose yourself to a variety of viewpoints. And of course, it will help you to overcome your biases. Extremely, extremely important. Some of the most valuable lessons come from the most unexpected places. And by remaining receptive to advice from all sources, you open yourself up to learning opportunities that might otherwise have passed you. And I want to give you two scenarios. Imagine you are walking down the the sidewalk. You're walking down the sidewalk and you walk past a drunkard at the side of the street. As you're going past, all of a sudden he stands up and he says, "Oh, my son, whatever you do, live good with people." And then he goes back into his own trance. Compare that to a friend, a trusted friend who might be encouraging you into a vice. Two scenarios. On the one hand, there is a drunkard, and that is the last place you would expect a good advice to come from. On the other hand, there is a good friend, a trusted friend, and that is the last place you would expect advice to come from. The point is, learn to decipher the message without looking at the messenger. Regardless of who is saying it to us, as long as it is something good, you should take it on board. So in conclusion, the ability to discern good advice irrespective of its source, is a hallmark of wisdom. By remaining open-minded, by embracing diversity of thought and cultivating humility, you can tap into a wealth of insights that can and most definitely will enrich your life and will guide you to a path of personal growth and fulfillment. Finally, I want to say to you, remember, the essence of true wisdom lies not only in seeking good advice, but also in recognizing its values regardless of who offers it and regardless of which source it comes from. At this point on the program, we now go to the early morning call to prayer. And the early morning call to prayer is being brought to you this morning through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited of Monroe Road in Cunupia.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على حي على حي على حي على
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and Trinilink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I'll see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. I see the red of my mother's love, the true blue of my father's hugs, I see the orange of my siblings' smile. I see the pink and the white of the love of my life, and the deep, deep green that all children bring are the coolness of my eyes. For Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I'll see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. Whenever I am down, I look up to the sky and I see the signs from Allah Most High. Most of all, I see light, endless light upon light. Mercy from Allah, who is yours and mine. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Rabb al-Alameen. Bismillah, and again I begin. Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I'll see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. I see the yellow like a sunflower smile of an orphan girl who says Alhamdulillah, or a mother who lost her child. Sees him waiting on a throne of gold so high, or a father who holds his stride, working hard every day and is firm in his faith, burning bright like a beautiful crimson flame. Says Allah, keep my family safe. For Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I'll see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. Whenever I am down, I look up to the sky and I see the signs from Allah Most High. Most of all, I see light, endless light upon light. Mercy from Allah, who is yours and mine. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Rabb al-Alameen. Bismillah, and again I begin.
Of course, there are times, both yours and mine, when the tears in our eyes sting and blur out the light. But these lows bring the highs of the strength I have inside to always see my cotton candy sky.
For Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I'll see the colors of the cotton candy sky again.
في ليلة من الليالي لست أدري ما تراني، ظلمة تغمرني يا رب. الأرض ضاقت والسماء وقلبي نار الضياء، والدمع بات أبكي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي. عصيت والذنب كبير وإني في حزني أسير، مقيد بذنبي يا رب. فهل أستحق يا إلهي عفو مجرما، مقر بالذنوب يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي. أنت الذي خلقتني رحمتني ورزقتني، دوما يا رب قد كنت معي، لكنني نأيت عنك نسيت ما قد كان لك، وسرت في طريق يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي. أنت الذي خلقتني وحدتني ورزقتني دوما يا ربي قد كنت معي لكنني بعيد عنك نسيت ما قد كان وسرت في طريقي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي واليوم يا ربي أعود من ظلمة خلف الحدود فالقلب منكسر وطرف حالي وأنا الغريق فلا أرى إلا سواك لمنقذا لا منجا ولا منجا إلا أنت يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي
Everything I have, everything I own, everything I eat is thanks to you. Every breath I take, every bird I hear, every smile I see is thanks to you. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. All thanks is to Allah. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. All thanks is to Allah. Every drop of rain is a mercy from above. Feeding all the earth is thanks to you. Every ray of sun, the light of the moon, the wind when it blows, is thanks to you. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. All thanks is to Allah. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. All thanks is to Allah. Everything is thanks to you, Allah. All praises are for you. Everything is thanks to you, Allah. Everything is thanks to you, Allah. All praises are for you. Everything is thanks to you, Allah. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. All thanks is to Allah. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. All thanks is to Allah.
Yes, indeed. Alhamdulillah. All thanks, all praises are indeed for Almighty Allah. That is a very important concept we must try to adopt every single day of our lives. Whatever the scenario, whatever the situation, whatever may have unfolded in our lives, we say Alhamdulillah, all thanks, all praises are for you, the Almighty. And if you can do that, trust me, doors of mercy will be opened upon you and you will be delivered to higher ground. Welcome back. I'm yours truly, Imam Safar Ghani, host of this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. At this point in the program, We now get into our lecture segment. And like I mentioned a bit earlier on, this morning we're talking about the concept that your inner peace is indeed your greatest achievements or your greatest accomplishments. Your inner peace is the greatest and the most valuable treasure that you can discover. Inner peace begins the moment you choose not to allow another person or some event to control your emotions and how you react in certain situations. Amidst the chaotic world that surrounds you, finding your inner peace, whatever that may mean to you, is increasingly important. Finding inner peace and achieving peace of mind is indeed your greatest life accomplishment. And on that note, I wanted to share with you this anecdote this morning. There was once a king who announced a grand prize for the artist who could present the best painting depicting peace. Well, of course, many great painters sent the king several of their best pieces. One of the pictures among the various masterpieces was a picture of a calm lake, perfectly and peacefully reflecting towering snow-capped mountains and beautiful green pastures and so on. Overhead, the sky was clear blue with fluffy clouds, and the picture was absolutely perfect. Most of the people, of course, when they saw this picture, they thought that it was the best among them, and that everyone was convinced that this was surely going to be the winner. But when the king announced the winner, everyone was shocked. The picture that the king chose, and the one that eventually won the prize, was a picture of dark mountains that were rugged and bare. The sky looked very dark and angry. There was also rain and lightning. And this picture, of course, did not look peaceful at all. It looked like the artist had mistakenly submitted his painting depicting storm rather than peace. But if anyone looked closely enough at the painting, he would be able to see a tiny bush growing in the cracks of the rock. In the bush, a bird had built her nest, and in the midst of the rush of angry weather, the bird sat on her nest with total peace. Remember that in life, peace does not mean that you have to be in a place where there is no noise or trouble. Peace means to be in the midst of all the chaos and still be able to maintain calm in your heart. Real peace is the state of mind, not the state of your surroundings. The bird in the picture depicted total calm despite her chaotic surroundings, and this indeed was the best representation for peace. It is absolutely important that in the midst of the chaos of your life, you learn to find that elusive inner peace. Finding that inner peace is possible, and you don't need to be on a mountaintop. You don't need to be, you don't need to be meditating in order to find that inner peace. Carving out time to relax, of course, is wonderful, but amid the frantic pace of everyday life, that is when you need your serenity the most. That moment you arrive back home from purchasing food at the supermarket, and while you are there offloading the bags from your vehicle, while carrying the bags from your car to the house, the bottom of the bag rips open and all of the contents spill out into the floor. Just at that moment, your phone starts ringing, and also in that moment, the front door swings open and you stub your little toe against the door, causing excruciating pain. Precisely at that moment is when you need to find your inner peace within yourself. Right at that moment when everything seems to be going absolutely wrong, that is when you need your serenity around you. It is easy to maintain a peaceful aura, a peaceful state of mind when you are in a peaceful surrounding. But it is more difficult to find that inner peace when you are surrounded by chaos, when you are surrounded by turmoil. True inner peace is when you can take a deep breath. You can maintain a peaceful aura in spite of being surrounded by upheaval and in spite of being surrounded by turbulence and pandemonium. People often look for and depend on circumstances. People depend on ambience and surroundings to help them to achieve a sense of inner peace. Whereas really and truly, the fact of the matter is that this calm and deep sense of inner peace is actually already embedded within each person. It is as if you have to really dig deep into your reservoirs of peacefulness. Dig really deep into the reservoirs of serenity that are already there, installed inside you. And what is important is that you learn how to tap into it and how to access that reservoir of inner peace, especially in moments of turmoil. Peace of mind does not require peace and quiet. Being in a peaceful place is not a requirement for maintaining a peaceful mind. Being in a peaceful place is simply a plus. But once you can tap into your inner peace, the place would not matter to you. You can be in the middle of a battlefield or in a war zone, so to speak, and still experience serenity and calmness from within. And if you have ever been scuba diving, or even if you have ever looked at a good deep sea documentary, you will notice that the ocean's tides and the waves they tend to bring drama when it crashes against the shores. But if you were to venture a few meters down, you will find a tranquil world of creatures moving at their own pace, wholly unfazed by the action of the crashing waves that is taking place right above them. The problem that most of us have in our lives is that we live our life on the surface of the waves, where there is a lot of turbulence, a lot of chaos, and we fail to venture deep into our reservoirs of inner peace. There is this assumption that if you are in a quiet place, it will be more conducive to accessing that inner peace that resides within you. But in fact, there are people who have panic attacks while they are on the massage table. You can be on a subway, a train, or a bus surrounded by chaos and noise and people, and you can simply close your eyes and tap into that deep reservoir of internal peace, that place where the calmness resides within you. And one of the best roads to tranquility one of the best roads to inner peace and peace of the heart is to make peace with Almighty Allah. In our hearts, we all possess an emptiness that can only be filled with the Almighty. Tranquility of the heart is a very difficult trait to have. The world around us and the things that happen to us usually make us very troubled individuals indeed. Tranquility and inner peace can only arrive when you truly understand the reality of this world and when you open your heart to the majesty of the Almighty. One of the great Imams of the past, he wrote a profound paragraph on this. He wrote that in the heart there is a sense of untidiness which can only be smoothened out by turning to the Almighty. In the heart, there is a sense of loneliness which can only be removed and filled by coming closer to Almighty Allah. In the heart, there is fear and anxiety. In the heart, there is always fear and anxiety, and that can only leave us by fleeing to Almighty Allah. And in the heart, there is a deep sense of regret over the things we did not accomplish. And that sense of regret can only be removed by being satisfied with the Almighty. So today, when you are surrounded by the turmoils of life, dig deep within yourself. Know that there is within you a deep reservoir of internal peace. Find that reservoir of inner peace. And know from deep within that every breath you take, every step you make, can be filled with peace, can be filled with joy, and can be filled with serenity. The big question is, are you willing to take that step? Are you willing to make that change within your life that will be conducive to bringing peace in your life? You answer that question. May Allah make it easy upon us, and may Allah guide us to all that is good in this life as well as in the life of the hereafter.
हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा। हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा तुझसे जुदा अगर हो जाएंगे तो खुद से ही हो जाएंगे जुदा अब तुम ही हो बस तुम ही हो या रबी बस तुम ही हो चैन भी मेरी हर खुशी मेरी जिंदगी बस तुम ही हो या रबी तेरा मेरा रिश्ता है कैसा एक पल दूर गवारा नहीं मेरा सब शाम बस है तेरा वक्त मेरा बस आपका है कोई लम्हा मेरा ना हो तेरे बिना हर सांस पे नाम तेरा अब तुम ही हो बस तुम ही हो या रबी बस तुम ही हो चैन भी मेरी हर खुशी मेरी जिंदगी बस तुम ही हो My Lord, you have come and saved me. I was lost and found now. You made love so easy. My Lord, keep me on the straight path. You're my one and only. But you took me home. Took me home. But you took me home. Ya Rabbi. बस तुम ही हो चैन भी मेरी हर खुशी मेरी जिंदगी बस तुम ही हो
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Yes, indeed, you are tuned into Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM. As we're now coming to the end of the program for this morning, of course, I must take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. Thank you so much for being part of the program. And also a very special salam, greetings. Thank you so much to you and yours for joining me on the program this morning. Of course, I'm highly appreciative of all of the beautiful messages I would have received via the WhatsApp, of course, via the social feeds as well. Thank you so much for spending this time with me every Friday morning. May Allah continue to bless you and yours with all that is good in this life as well as in the life of the hereafter. To everyone who would have joined us, to everyone who would have messaged us, both locally, regionally, internationally, of course, may the blessings of Almighty Allah be with you. Of course, it was an absolute honor and a personal pleasure to be in your company once again over the past hour or so. Of course, you can catch me next week Friday from 5 a.m. as we bring to you another segment of Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safruz Ghani, signing out for this morning. Until next week Friday, please do have an extremely blessed day. Stay safe, stay in the mercy of Almighty Allah. Much love and may the peace, blessings and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you and yours. Up next is News at 6, followed by Prabhat. Do keep it locked on to 103.1 FM for more inspirational and, of course, motivational programming throughout the course of today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Oh mountains of Mecca, what can you say of the day that Abraham passed your way? And he was instructed by God to build a house of peace where people will pray, and they will come on every lean camel and out of every ravine for the purpose of praising Allah, to glorify Allah. O mountains of Mecca, what can you tell of the day that stones from the sky fell, destroying an army determined to break the house of Allah that Abraham built? O mountains of Mecca, how was the dawn on the day that my prophet Muhammad was born? How did it feel knowing he was to be